Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm continuing the base game cooperation tutorials, this time with Phobolog. You will learn when to pick it, how to play it and what changes in the expansions. Let's get started. Phobolog starts the game off with 23 MC, 10 titanium and a space tag on the Corp itself. Its ability reads: your titanium resources are worth 1 MC extra each. This means that your total starting capital is worth 63 mega credits. Phobolog is insanely rich if you have an immediate use for your titanium, and really poor if not. Also, it does not start off with any titanium prod, so when you run out of the starting titanium, your bonus is worthless unless you get some prod. So I can only recommend picking Phobolog if you have some space cards on your starting hand that are worth playing in the first gen. Additionally, titanium prod is a bonus. Let's talk about the technicality first. Your titanium is always worth 1 MC extra when you can use your titanium instead of cash. This means when playing space cards or using actions like the one on water import from Europa or rotator impacts. These are actions in which you can use MC or titanium. But there are also a lot of cases where you specifically need to spend 1 or more titanium resources. In these situations your ability doesn't help you. This includes trading with colonies with titanium or using actions like the one on Security Fleet or Jovian Lanterns. So, as I said in the last section, you want to play space tags early on to get some use out of your titanium and your ability. Also, you want some titanium prod to profit from throughout the whole game. So cards like Asteroid Mining or Vesta Shipyard are really good for you, as you can pay for them with titanium and get prod. But do not make the mistake and overdo this. Even with regular corps, there is a high chance of running out of playable space tags in the late game if you have 3 or 4 titanium prod. And when playing Phobolog, your opponents often won't pass you any good space tags. Also, you don't need as much prod as other corps because of your ability. So I just mentioned how your opponents will try to never pass you any good space tags if you've got some titanium prod going. Try to circumvent this by getting continuous card draw down. In the base game, there are basically 2 things you can do with space tags. Either you go for Jovian strategy, or you go for space events. Both are really good for you. You're one of the few corps that can immediately afford to play IO Mining, and as I said earlier, you love cards like Asteroid Mining or Vesta Shipyard. But the need for card draw is even more prevalent when playing a Jovian strategy. Nobody in their right mind is going to pass you Jovian molds. And I cannot stress this enough. If you get the chance to grab a card like Restricted Area or Development Center, take it. Of course, other than IO Mining, you should almost never play a multiplier earlier than last gen, to conceal your intention of going for Jovians. There are exceptions though. For example, you can play Ganymede Colony to grab Mayor. The second strategy, going for space events, can also be really strong. You intend to end the game fast and maybe grab Terraformer on the way there. By increasing the ocean count and the temperature a lot, you will be able to play really good plant producers quite quickly. This will help you get the last track up. So pick up cards like bushes, scalp farming or algae if you get the chance. Space events that give you titanium back are especially nice for you because of obvious reasons. What's really nice about the strategy is that you increase your TR quite fast, which will give you some non-titanium income. And this gets me to my next point. Diversify your production, at least a bit. Getting titanium prod is nice and all, but often enough your opponents will try to not pass you any space tags, and then you are one of the poorest corps. So try to get some steel or MC prod to have at least some capital in the worst case scenario. Let's talk about space discounts. The space tag has the most discount cards in the game. If you get the chance to grab some of them, take it. Also, 2 of the best space discounts are reliant on science tags. Because there are so many science tags that let you draw cards, I really like preemptively picking up some of those. A really good card for Phobolog, which coincidentally is also a science tag, is Advanced Alloys. This card is especially nice if you can get it down before you spend any of your starting titanium. Often this means instantly passing the first gen, as you're only able to pick up 4 cards if you want to play this. Also a tip for beginners, never play something like Advanced Alloys without using it in the same gen, as you want to hide the fact that you have it as long as possible. Why? Because then your opponents might still pass you mineral production or steel or titanium targets in the next draft. Milestones and rewards are a real weakness of Phobolog. As I said, if you go for space events you might be able to pick up Terraformer, but everything else is often out of reach. Miner can be an option, but it certainly is risky, and you have no chance against corps like Mining Guild. Venus Next does not really add anything for Phobolog, but Preludes is great. You can pick up Titanium Prod, draw cards for the chance to get more space tags, or get more non-Titanium starting capital. Acquired Space Agency is really cool, especially. Sure, the Titanium might be overkill, but specifically drawing 2 space tags is really valuable. All in all, this expansion makes your starts with Phobolog much more consistent. Colonies adds a lot of space tags with different flavors to the game. And also, the percentage of space tags in the colonies set is 39% compared to 20% in the base game. So this is also a great expansion for this Corp. Turmoil adds Unity, a party which increases the value of Titanium for everyone. Is this good or bad for you? Well, if you have card draw and can consistently use all of your Titanium, then this is certainly a good addition. But if you're already struggling to use all of your Titanium, then you should maybe go for the Scientists instead to draw some cards. One fun thing to talk about is the highest possible value of Titanium. If Unity is in power and you have advanced alloys and Mercurian alloys down, then your Titanium as Phobolog is worth 7 MC. That's just crazy. So generally, I think Phobolog is mediocre in the base game, as it's really reliant on getting good space tags, so it kinda is a one-trick pony. But I think this Corp gets quite a bit better in the expansions. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial on Phobolog, and if you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to check out my Twitch and maybe follow me there as well. See you in the next one.